It is a gorgeous day here in Saginaw, Michigan, blue skies, and we're going into Fullerton Tool Company. I'm so very excited. This is a fourth generation, family owned and operated company, started in 1942, recently jumped into this 35,000 square foot building with 35 more acres to expand, and on top of that, they spent more than $22 million on the latest and greatest technology, as well as the investment of their people. So Patrick's waiting inside. Let's go say hi and get a tour of this amazing facility. Patrick, how are you today,
how
sir?
How you doing? Good.
Thank you for allowing us to come in and film.
No problem. Thanks for taking the time to come here today.
I feel like these are the golden doors that it's tough to get inside of sometimes. I mean, you guys are world renowned for your expert quality since 1940, so to bring cameras in, just let me say thank you.
Oh, no, I appreciate you taking the time to come in. We're sitting at the Fullerton West facility, which is literally 1 country mile south of where my grandfather grew up on a dairy farm. So
that's incredible.
Over 81 years ago. So
wow,
crazy.
1940, right? Am I mistaken?
1942.
1942. And did he start by making toys?
Yes, he did. He's a manufacturer. Grew up on the farm, wanted to get off the farm, went to U of M, graduated from college, started several businesses, and one that was most successful was a toy company, Permajoy Toy Company. So he started making toys, and then the war broke out, World War II. And that's when everybody had to convert whatever you're making into making product for the war effort. So that's when he hooked up with some tool makers and went from toys to tools for the Department of Defense.
Is this still family owned and operated?
Yes, it is. My cousin Matt Curry and I are 3rd generation owners, and we actually have a 4th generation working with us right now. My son Aiden's working here, as well as Matt's niece, Whitney. So both in sales and both on the road helping our customers.
And you guys are legends. The growth is really inspiring to see, having cameras inside. As we walk around, people want to hear this story of this growth, this family. We love American manufacturing, right? And
yes.
You actually have, I won't call it a name change, but there have been some changes with Fullerton. Can we discuss and kind of clarify what that is for the audience watching?
Absolutely, Tony. So we started out, my cousin Matt and I bought our parents out, my dad and my uncle, and then with the acquisition, they were able to work with us on it so that we were continually reinvesting the company. And we acquired a company in 2019 called Carbro. And then since then, what we decided to do as a family-owned company is promote that family legacy and promote the American made. So we put our resources together, and it's a Curry family of companies now. So we have multiple companies we put under that envelope. So we're big enough to handle the biggest opportunities, but we're small enough to react, be nimble, and react to our customers' needs. So that's kind of where the theory came from on the Curry family of companies, is pulling all those resources and solutions together to help our customers.
Well, I've spent a lot of time in India, and I'm a fan of curry already, but now you've given even more reason for me to be a fan of curry, so thank you for that.
I love curry too.
But it really is about bringing a solution to as many people as you can. And let's go back real quick to, you have a lot of, let's say, mottos or beliefs here that are really important. We all kind of have a labor shortage conversation as a buzzword. We all know it. We're saying it over and over again. But you guys build from within, and you have these principles within your company that are really resounding to people like myself who go, we do need more of this. We do need more of this connectivity and value in the people that work with us. You have people who have been with you for over 40 years. I mean, you don't hardly hear of that anymore. Can we talk about some of the important aspects of these mottos and this quality and these people that you bring into Fullerton?
Yeah, absolutely. So the big thing for Fullerton is our culture. The culture is king for us, and it's really about your core values. What are your core values? Do you live them? Do you breathe them? Do you act them every day? And it's important for us to be shining examples of our core values. Matt and I, the owners of the company, and it filters through the entire company. So we have the 5 Ps. It's about your people. They really care about each other and make a difference. We got principles, high level of moral excellence, and then we want passion. We want people with passion like Matt and I that really care about this industry, want to make a great cutting tool, and are passionate about quality and getting better. Precision is key because we make precise cutting tools. And then productivity. You got to be productive, both internally and how we make our tools, but also for our customers at their spindle and how they save money making chips.
How do you feel about high fives?
Love them.
Because that was awesome. All right, so let's continue to walk. You brought up quality just now. We know how important people are. You've obviously invested. Can we talk about the amount of money that's been invested since about 2016 as we are now in a newer facility, more of the one that's automated with some of the latest machines and technology? Can we talk about the quality investments you've made over the last few years?
A lot of the investments is not just equipment, but in people, training, and talent. But the biggest, we've invested over $22 million in new equipment technology. A lot of it new inspection equipment, new CNC equipment like the Roll-O-Matics here and the Walter grinders you'll be seeing in the tour. So the good thing about the investments is it's not just that capital investment in money, but it's the investment in our people. They get to use the latest and greatest. They get to get trained on that so they can make the most creative cutting tools in the world. Without that technology, there's no way we can make the tools we make today. So that's a huge difference maker for us, is having the right equipment, but on top of that, making sure that your people are always trained and upskilled all the time, trained all the time to get better and better at using that technology.
Man, if I didn't think the high fives would be redundant, I would do it again, because that was another one of those powerful statements. Let's talk a little bit about tooling now. I talk a lot. People know that. They see the videos a lot. They know I talk a lot, so they know a little bit about my manufacturing history. You know, the first 12 years of my career, I ran a lot of different machines in woodworking and precious metals and your standard steels and Inconels and things like that. But the last decade of my career, I worked in the micro tool world. And you can tell I'm segueing you in as we get over to some of these nanos over here and some of the tools you're making. So again, we go back to quality. I know you're price competitive as well. And I know you've really worked on that lead time also. Instead of all 4 seasons, you're moving quick. So let's bring all of that together in conversation as we do walk by these nanos as well.
Yeah, so part of the, being able to deliver quickly is having the right technology, the right equipment that's running lights out, running through the weekend, making sure you have fire suspension units on it. But we also have the extra capacity to be able to take on more of those opportunities. So we started with 1 nano, now we have a second one we just got delivered here about a month ago. So now that capacity, we're starting to catch up and actually have some excess capacity to help support our customers. So great machine for those really small diameter tools. Like I said, it gets down to, I actually got one right over here if you want to take a look at it.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a look. We love showing the audience some cool little, oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that fancy looking thing.
So what we have here is, this is a tapered end mill, 3 thou 9/10 diameter, 2-flute ball nose. So tapered tiny end mill for doing dental molds. So it's a great little tool. We run about 3,000 at a time. So we couldn't do that tool without that type of machine, the Nano from Roll-O-Matics. So great piece of equipment. But it's just amazing technology with that micro tooling.
Patrick, I gotta say, every time I think I've learned something, I've learned that I have so much more to learn. Every single time.
That's the beauty of this business, right? I mean, I love it. I love this industry, and I'm really passionate about it because there's so much you can learn on a daily basis. You never stop learning. Once you stop learning in this industry, you're done. You're done.
How would somebody even do that? There's just so much involved. Yeah, I think you just have to quit. You just have to say, I'm done learning, because there's always something to learn.
Always, and that's why we invested in an R&D lab.
Hey, how about that segue? We didn't just do that on purpose, right?
I mean,
so R&D lab here.
So the R&D labs, we got partnerships with Juergens Work Holding, so we partnered up with them. We also partnered up with Advanced Chemical Solutions for the coolant we use on here, and Makino, we partnered up with them, and with Heimer. They've been a great partner to work with us in our lab. We do a Fast Academy training. It's a 2.5-day training session where they get to learn how to apply our tools and different types of material, how to run them, the proper speeds and feeds. They get to learn about high efficiency machining. We run this class once a month. It's a great way for people to really get to understand how to utilize our tools to the max. We also teach them about work holding, why it's important to use a shrink fit, why it's important to use certain technology to help them with the success of that application. So they get to learn about holding, fixturing, and they get to learn how to apply our tools properly. The other thing they get to learn is what not to do. So here's an example of that. You don't want to recut chips, so we show them examples of the wrong way to do things as well. The beauty of this is we also use this R&D lab to help customers solve problems. Here's a problem where they had an issue with a burr on the part they're machining. It had a hanging chad. We know those hanging chads aren't good, right?
That's correct.
So we developed a drill application. We'll run it on our machine. We'll videotape it. We'll give them the speeds it feeds to run it at and how to make a success out of that situation. So instead of disrupting their production floor, we sit here and we solve the problem on our machine off of production and give them the solution. So it's a great tool for our customers. We also use this machine for testing carbide substrates. So we have the best carbide in the business. Edge preps, coatings, whatever we do, we like to make sure it's proven, and we do the testing to make sure it's valid.
I have a question. It's an important question. Can I get trained?
Yes, absolutely.
I would love to come to this class.
Oh, that'd be great. We'd love to have you.
All right. And if anybody out there
we got
wants
a
to
class
come,
going on right now.
I might be staying. Forget lunch, forget dinner, I'm staying. As we continue to walk around here, Patrick, I see, again, more technology. I'm seeing more automation as well. But some of this tour that we're going to not get to walk through are some of the coatings, some of the heatings, some of the areas, including, shipping and receiving. We're not going to actually, we'll take you someday. Don't worry, we will, I promise. But this tour is more about the technology, the story. So let's talk about all the other capabilities that you guys do that we're not actually going to walk through here.
Yeah, we do coating in-house, so we have two Pi Petite machines, a Pi 311, a Pi 411, so we do all of our own coating in-house. The other thing we do is edge prepping in-house, so we do all that in-house as well. So a lot of your tools today, back in the old days, you remember when you were a machinist, a long time ago, you would listen to the machine, hear it vibrate, and you'd hear that cutting tool come in and start making a loud noise, and then all of a sudden it quiets right up, right? What it was doing was putting its own edge prep on the tool in the material. Well, what we've done now is we're using OTEC and drag finishing technology and other technology to put a hone on the tool before it ships. So now it's already pre-worn and you're getting more tool life, better adhesion of the coatings, and it's a great way to get maximize metal removal rates.
It almost sounds like you're third generation doing this. With fourth generation working here as well.
That's right. We're excited to have them on board too. So looking forward to have that fourth generation and hopefully someday the fifth generation.
Well, let's see. Let's hope so, right?
Yes,
let's hope
absolutely.
So. We're going to end this tour with some really, really cool tools here. But as we do, I kind of also want to talk about just the overall growth of Fullerton, right? Because we've talked about the original, like we first talked about a stone's throw away, right? A country mile, you said, in the original. Then I popped into the other building, which is fairly new-ish, but this is the new one. And did I hear you say 35,000? Is it 35?
So we've got, this facility is 35,000 square feet, but on this property we have 35 acres to expand.
35
so
more
acres. We can not, the walls are designed to knock down, and we can blow those walls down, and we can expand 3 times north and a couple times west, and we have plenty of room for growth here in the Great Lakes Tech Park.
But this isn't the end. You have something in California as well, don't you?
Yes, we do. We have Fullerton, Huntington Beach in California, and Huntington Beach, and we do a lot of regrinds, altered standards, and we're making new tools out there as well. It's a phenomenal organization, and we've got a really good, solid team over there too. A great CNC grinders, Ankas, Walters, and phenomenal technology over there as well.
So we're getting down to the creativity, as you said, what's going on in California, the growth of the company. We have a table full of sexiness right here, in my opinion. And I want to bring this up because it is important that we are doing more inside of the footprints that we have, whether it's consolidating op 10, 20, 30 into one machine who might have, 3 or 4 turrets are there, or some sort of mill head that can spin. There's a lot of those types of machines out there also. But we're doing it with tooling here. You're now taking a live situation, or whether it be in a turning center or a milling center, and saying, you know what? I'm going to allow you to do 3 or 4 operations in one cut.
Oh yeah,
that's incredible.
And that's what they're doing with multiple step tools. So you're eliminating the number of tools you need and finishing it right to size with this particular tool here, coolant fed. But that's the idea, is like taking those multiple step operations and just designing the forms. With today's technology and these CNC grinders today, they can get in there and they can relieve those different angles, really extreme tight tolerances, and do tooling I like to show this one off just because this is a test tool basically used that my operator to train other operators to do this type of forming. So this is designed just for training purposes. So basically we can do all these forms on the side or on the end of a tool to really help you with your operation. Tree panning type tools on the end where you can do different forms on the end, and then taking multiple tools. This one was about an $800,000 cost savings for the customer.
Whew.
So eliminated multiple machines and multiple tools, doing the same part on one machine with one tool. So that's the concept, is just thinking differently, thinking outside the box. And what I like to say, and you and I had this discussion earlier, Tony, is it's not the price of this tool, it's the price of cost per piece, right? Or the cost of metal removal rate. So what you do with the cutter is really important, not the cost of the cutter. And once people understand that concept, they can save a lot of money for their company. Again, it's not the price of the tool, it's what that tool produces and how much it produces. So having that mindset is huge for our customers. And once they get that, they can realize the $800,000 cost savings at the spindle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys need me to come talk to your accounting department for you, your purchasing department, but Patrick is spot on here. And I've said it so many times, and I hope people are listening. Gosh, I do, but this is the point. I can imagine this super cool tool you're looking at right here with all these different geometries was not inexpensive to create and make and test and run. But $800,000 in savings, think about it. Think about the cost. So we do talk about price per part. We do talk about the capabilities of reducing cycle times and floor space. Mathematically, I mean, that's a big number, but it's a number we can all reach if we call people like Fullerton and get these things done. You have a creative mind. You have a creative team like your guy Ron Cook who'd sit down and go, okay, this looks like something we can do, right? We can help you in this facet. And you are nationwide. You are ability that people can source you. And if they want to source you, where can they do that?
Again, www.fullertontool.com. And we have a direct sales force as well as industrial manufacturers reps that'll come and service you and work with you and help you out.
Yeah. I mean, guys, think about it. This is Fullerton Tool. This is being American made. This is the investment in growth. Over $22 million just over the last few years. 35,000 square foot building here with room to expand. You can see the machines, for crying out loud, that they've invested in. You know the quality is here. Plus, who doesn't love a family owned and operated now 4th generation company? So reach out to them. They're absolutely, Patrick is super nice and you're gonna like speaking with him as well. Patrick, what a great tour. Thank you so much for this time.
No, thank you, I appreciate it. And like I always like to say, you gotta innovate or evaporate. So take a look at Fullerton and get innovative or you won't be around next year. So
innovate
keep it coming.
or evaporate. I like that very much. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this tour. If you have questions for Patrick or any of his team members, maybe you want to go to the training yourself, reach out at any time. Super, super nice people. Thank you all for watching. Time is the one thing we cannot manufacture for of. So if you invested some of your time with us, we truly appreciate it.